The next in support and resistance, we are going to see a most powerful tool is trend lines. A trend line is drawn by connecting two or three swing lows to find the support of the stock during the current market move. So we are connecting two swing lows by drawing a line to we are finding the support of the stock. If the support is broken, the stock will come down. A trend line is a line drawn by connecting two or three swing highs to find the resistance of the stock during the current market move. So to find the resistance, we are connecting two swing highs. We are drawing a line to find the resistance of the stock. So in this case, the stock is broken the resistance and the resistance becomes support in this area. So once the support resistance is broken, the stock will move up. Trend lines are a visual representation of support and resistance in any time frame. You can use this trend lines in any time frame to find the support and resistance for the particular time frame. They shows direction and speed of the stock and the price. If the trend line drawn correctly, they can be as accurate as any other method. I mean, it represents the price and time together. That's why it is most accurate than any other method. Unfortunately, most traders don't draw them correctly or try to make the line to fit the market instead of other way around. So what I'm trying to say here is most of the traders try to adjust the line to make the stock taking the support or taking the resistance. And because of their convenient, their way of drawing the line, it makes the most of the trader draw the trend line in the wrong manner and they are into the wrong trades and they are getting to the trouble. So we are going to see four kind of trend lines. First, we are seeing the rising trend line to find the support of the stock. As I already explained you, we are connecting two swing lows, two or three swing lows by drawing a line to find the support of the stock. If the support is broken, then the stock will come down. So based on that, you can identify the once the broken, you can take the short, or if the stock is taken the support, you can enter the trade for the long side. This is the rising trend line. So this is the rising trend line by drawing the line by connecting swing highs, two or three swing highs to find the price resistance when the stock is moving up. So we can find the target by draw these kind of trend lines. We can find the targets. So you can exactly exit the trade or you can avoid the trade if the when the stock is moving up. Falling trend line. Falling trend line, what we are doing, we are connecting two or three swing highs to find the resistance of the stock. Once the resistance is broken, we can go long. If the stock is taken resistance and the stock is coming down, then we can take the short. How do we take the short? When the stock is taking the resistance and made a red candle, we can short below the low of the red candle so that we can enter the trade. We keep the stop loss just above the trend line high. So falling trend line by connecting lower lows. So we are connecting the lower lows, swing lows to draw the falling trend line to identify the support of the stock. So this is a way also you can draw the trend line to take the support of the stock and you can enter the trade. How do we enter the trade? We look for the stock to touch the trend line and we look for the green candle to close above the trend line and we enter the trade. In this case, we look for the green candle. So this is the green candle. and it is closed, touched the trend line and it is closed above it. We are buying the above the high of the green candle. So our stop loss is just below the trend line. Okay, you may ask why we are not enter the trade in this green candle. Yeah, I will answer for it. See, in this case, the high of the green candle is not broken. So this is a false move. So here, if you notice, the high of the green candle is broken. So we enter the trade. Support and resistance price channel. A price channel occurs when the security oscillates between two parallel lines, whether they are horizontal, ascending, or descending. Price channels are quite useful in identifying the breakouts, which is when the security price breaches either upper or lower channel trend lines. So channel also a trend line, but we are doing the two parallel lines together to identify whether the price is falling within the two parallel lines or not. So this is the very recent uh, chart of Nifty, and this is a daily chart. So this is the current market move. I drawn the price channel, and in December it is broken the upper channel and the Nifty was went up, and there is a small downside and it taken the rising trend line of the channel and it is moved up. Again it is came down and it is at the just above the rising trend line. We should watch whether it is a getting into the channel or again it is taking the support and moving to 15,000 or not. So let's see what will happen. So now what we are going to see in the live chart, how do we draw the trend lines and how do we enter the trade using the trend lines. Let's draw the trend line in the Nifty 50 hourly chart. So as I said in the session, we can draw the trend line in any time frame to identify the support and resistance of the particular time frame. Okay, now we are drawing the trend line in the hourly chart. So I am drawing the trend line, rising trend line, by connecting the two swing lows to identify the support of the stock. So in this case, the Nifty is broken the support because the red candle is broken the trend line and closed below it. So the support was broken. In this case, we should take the short. How do we take the short? There are two possibilities. We can take the short if the low of the breakout candle is breached, we can enter the trade, or we can move to the, as I said in the previous session, we can move to the lower time frame to identify the swing, and once the low of the swing is broken, we can enter the trade. There are two ways we can enter the trade. We can keep the stop loss just above the in the hourly chart, just above the red candle high, or we can, in the lower time frame, we can keep the stop loss just above the swing high like this. Keep the some buffer. Yeah, this is the two way you can enter the trade. So now we go and check if the stock is taken support, how do we enter the trade? So this is the um, American oil in dollar terms. How do we enter the trade for the long? So I'm drawing connecting the two swing lows to identify the support of the oil. So here the support is taken. What happened? It is taken the touch of the trend line and it is bounced back. So how do we enter the trade? We should wait for the stock to touch the trend line and we wait for the green candle to close above the trend line. We buy once the high of the green candle is breached. So here again I am repeating, we can take in trade in two ways. We can take the trade when the green candle is closed in the particular time frame, or we can move to the lower time frame and to we identify the swing, and the swing is broken, we can enter the trade. Here what we are doing, here the swing we mark is, this is the swing is broken and we buy Once the high of the breakout candle is breached, we enter the trade in this candle around uh, 52.03, and it went to 52 points, around 70 cents move. So this is the way you can enter the trade by using the trend lines of the while taking the support. So let's go and check how to draw the trend line for resistance. So again we move to the hourly chart of Nifty. Now we will draw the falling trend line to identify the resistance of the stock. This is a hourly line chart. We can draw the trend line now by connecting the two swing highs. Okay, so we can also move here. Okay, so if I connect this, if I connect this swing high here, in this case it is taken the resistance and the stock is came down, and there are some wicks are there, so I'm just moving it little bit here, so to find the resistance now. So in this green candle, small green candle, it is taken the resistance. In this green candle, it's not ready to, unable to cross the trend line resistance, but in this green candle it is just crossed the broken the resistance and it's moved up. So how do we enter the trade? Again, there are two possibilities. We can enter the trade in the same time frame if the breakout candle high is breached. So we can enter in this candle, red candle, when the high of this candle is breached, and we keep the stop loss just below the trend line of the green candle low. We can keep some buffer, we can keep the stop loss, and we can the trade. It is the Reliance is moved around 150 points in 2 days. So this is the one possibility. In other possibility, what we can do, we can move to the lower time frame, as I said, and we can look for the swing formation and we enter the trade. So here we look for the swing and we enter the trade. So I'm taking this is a swing formation. We enter the trade above the this green candle high. We can enter the trade. These two possibilities we can do. Yeah. Okay. Now we seen how do we enter the trade when the resistance is broken. Now we will check if the stock is taking the resistance and how do we enter the trade. So we draw the trend line from here to here. So here what happened, we connecting this. In this case the stock is taking the resistance by touching the trend line and came down. How do we enter the trade? We wait for the red candle to form below the, after the trend line touch, we look for the red candle to form. Once the red candle forms, we enter the trade if the low of the red candle is breached. So we enter the trade once the low of the red candle is breached, we enter the trade. And we remain the trade and we keep the stop loss just above the this green candle high and just above the trend line. Yeah. So again, there are two possibilities. You can enter the trade by using the same time frame, red candle low, or you look for the move to the lower time frame. You look for the swing formation. You take the trade below the low of the swing, breakout swing. Yeah. So now we will check how do we draw the rising trend line to find the resistance. This is the Nifty daily chart. We will look for the resistance by drawing the rising trend line. So here is the swing highs, swing high and swing highs. How do we identify the resistance here? I'm drawing the line by connecting two swing highs and I am looking for the resistance area and I will enter the trade. How do we enter the trade? Also same again. I will look for the candles to touch and stop the move, and I will wait for the red candle to form below the trend line, and I enter the trade once the low of the candle is breached, and I keep the stop loss above the high of the red candle, or which is the highest high of the candle in this area. I will keep that as a stop loss. I will keep some buffer, and I will keep the stop loss above the trend line. And once I enter the trade, see the move. And how do we get the target? You can draw Fibonacci to identify the targets. So this is the trend line and resistance before the fall happened due to the corona. Now we check how to draw the falling trend line to identify the support of the stock. So this is the M&M hourly chart. I am drawing the falling trend line by connecting swing lows to identify the support of the stock. So I'm connecting the swing lows to identify the support here. So this method will work perfectly in conjunction with horizontal supports. So with the, if you notice here, there is a horizontal support in here. There is a horizontal support, and here also the falling trend line support. So in this case, the support is confirmed. How do we enter the trade? We enter the trade if we identify the green candle, and once the green candle high is broken. So here we look for the green candle. This green candle is formed here. I buy once the high of the green candle is broken. I enter the trade in this candle. For the safer confirmation, I also wait for this candle to close, and I enter in this red candle. This is the one possibility. In other possibility, we can move to lower time frame to identify the swing, and we can enter the trade in the, we just move to the lower time frame, and we look for the swing formation. So here is the swing formation, and there are first time there is a swing failure, and second time also failure, and we draw this marking this, and we enter the trade in the red candle. We keep the stop loss here low of the swing, or we can keep the stop loss as a positional stop loss. We can keep the stop loss below the low of the red candle. And if you know, if you see, the move is very big, from it's more almost 150 points move given. So this is the way you can draw the trend line, and you can enter the trade without any indicators. This is a very powerful tool. You start using and you will enjoy the trades really.